your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports.
What's good, everyone? World Combat Sports back in the building. Yeah, this is not going to be a long, extensive one in case, we get some incoming, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want to touch bases on a possible scenario when it comes to, this being the week, so to speak, of the build up, the climax and everything else that goes along with the possibility of this so-called fight of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence being signed on this week. There's been a lot of speculation, rumor mill, scuttlebutt, just individuals choosing to basically saturate the titles with false direction, as if, there's absolutely minimal respect for the listeners. Now, I tell you all the time, if that's the way you want to be, in this YouTube streets, fooled, will people put up signs and have you going in that direction, come to find out just to be let down over and over again? Well, you're glutton for punishment. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. I'm gonna keep faith that the fight is gonna happen, right? We're talking about Spence Crawford. I'm gonna keep faith that the fight is gonna happen. And I'm going to attempt to keep a healthy dialogue going with my live streams this week. Because listen now. I have to, for the better good, I'm not trying to be, extremely belligerent on this so-called the week of history. This is the week of history where supposedly this fight is going to be announced. So I'm going to try to be cool-minded, you know what I'm saying, level-headed, keep it carefree and hope that it wasn't fake news all the way. I think it's fake news. But I'm going to just do myself justice and my listeners and chill. You know what I'm saying? Come this week. I just want the time to tick and see if we're going to hear anything. Because look, listen, to all of you out there, listen to me carefully. If this fight isn't announced on the 4th of July, I'm going in and calling names. I am going in, don't take it personal. I'm going in and calling names because I feel it's necessary when we out here in a non-regulated genre of reporting that this doesn't become an all-out circus. You know what I'm saying? We need people to come in here and respect us. They can't respect us if we putting false advertisement up and trying to lure them in, and they're not getting what they believe that they clicked the link for. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just becoming unbearable for some people just to ask questions, say, hey, so and so happening. And they hit me up. They hit me, hey, let me ask you, man. Yeah, I know you don't be putting on fake propaganda. Is this happening? I said, bro, if you hit Google or you go on Twitter and you haven't heard any of these other sports sites talking about this, don't mind it, because it's just certain individuals that's in bed with a promotion and they're willing to push any and every type of info that they think you want to hear. I myself, I find that type of behavior to pretty much be like hustling. You know what I'm saying? You just ear hustling a listener. You're just ear hustling. You know what I'm saying? You're not respecting them as an adult. You're just saying, I just want to use you to bring you in close enough and betray you. It's betrayal. That's all it is. It's betrayal. Trap Media on deck. What's good, Andrew? What's good? I'm not sure what you mean. You have to provide some clarity on what you're saying about the rematch. So, as you see my thumbnail, right? That is the best pound for pound fighter in boxing. Okay, regardless of what people are getting behind and jumping on the Bam Rodriguez Franco bandwagon now. And sooner or later, people are gonna be saying, "Hey, he needs to be on the pound for pound list above Crawford." Terrence Crawford, he's still undefeated, and top the pound for pound list. And you're talking about a guy who has an amazing list of accomplishments and credentials to his portfolio as a professional fighter. Now, I'm not here to regurgitate everything that you might know, but his name is a part of a conversation of a fight that's been brewing for quite some time. And how they keep the energy going, or how we keep the energy going, we speak on certain fights that we want to take place or is about to take place. This is one of those fights that's been spoken on for a longevity. So much labor has been put into this fight that it would be painstaking to a lot of people if the fight didn't happen in 2022. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not here to jettison the fight. I'm not here to jettison the fact that the fight will not happen in 22. But what I am here to tell you is that Terrence Crawford, in my opinion, will stop Errol Spence. I don't think Errol Spence is healthy enough to be in the ring with Terrence Crawford, regardless of him coming back and fighting Danny Garcia. Okay, that was a tailor-made opponent who chose to be on another mission. He was moving up to 154 anyway. And then Yordenis Ugas. We all witnessed Yordenis Ugas hurt Errol Spence several times over. And this is the Errol Spence who had, a new nutritionist, came in and looked aesthetically on point for this fight. And he went in there, and it was certain pockets of the fight which at his level we shouldn't have seen. I don't think the old Spence would have sit up there and looked so fragile. But I keep trying to explain to people that the Spence that's after the accident, it's not the same guy. And these guys want to see blind. They want to see blind, y'all. They want to act like they didn't see anything. What their eyes was telling them. Like we seen Spence get hurt in that fight with Ugas. We seen Spence get hurt more than we seen Sean Porter ever get hurt in the fight with Ugas. They don't want to talk about that. Sean Porter never even came close to being hurt like that. But what we witnessed was Ugas stopped fighting. Ugas relinquished his motivation on that night. He relinquished his drive. He surrendered for whatever reason. And he allowed Errol Spence just to beat him up. That's pretty much what happened. He pretty much stopped fighting after that mouthpiece incident. And he placed himself in a vulnerable position to take punishment when me and a lot of other people that was watching the fight knew damn well he could fight. He can box his way up out of that. They knew damn well that can happen. But that just wasn't the case. We seen Spence hurt. He went looking for his mouthpiece. And that's not something that's common. That was an awkward situation for an elite fighter that's on the pound for pound list. You don't have moments with Crawford to go looking for your mouthpiece, bro. You don't have those moments. You're not afforded that moment to go looking for your mouthpiece and survive. But we have to factor in that he had Lawrence Cole on his side. Lawrence Cole was on his side. For him to make a rookie mistake, like he said, and go searching for his mouthpiece, who does that? You keep fighting. But that just goes to show you something may not be turned on or something may not be functioning in its full operating state neurologically for him to process data the way he used to. So therefore, him deciding to look for his mouthpiece in combat in a championship fight where he's defending his titles and he's challenging for Yadinas Ugas WBA super title. It's unacceptable. Andrew Charles on deck. Salute to you. The latest news is the fight is being held up because Bud wants the rematch clause. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, I read that out there. You know what I'm saying? I definitely read that out there. So I'm not taking that too serious from what I heard. I'm not taking it too serious on, Bud won the rematch clause and this, that, and the other. Listen, both of these fighters have mentioning taking the elevator up to the next division. Both of them. So now we want to bring some more plotting into the equation to say it has to be a rematch clause. It has to be a rematch clause. Now, Devin Haney just signed a contract with no rematch clause to fight in somebody else's backyard. Was it difficult? Was it strenuous? Did it have extreme repercussions and consequences? This fight is no different, man. This fight is no different. Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano came to a draw. Did they have an issue signing a rematch clause? Did they? When Canelo Alvarez and Triple G earned a draw, did they have an issue with the rematch clause? All I want is answers. Did they have an issue with the rematch clause? So all of a sudden we want to say, let me pin another twist into this. This is becoming not to the culpability of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. This is not their culpability, right? All the culpability should lie right there smack in the center of YouTube, YTC. The community that covers boxing, that's where the culpability should lie. Butt naked on a bed of nails. That's where the culpability should lie. Because when you have voices out here, the see blind voices that understand that their fighter did not look 100%, but yet to build up the fight, which has absolutely nothing to do with making this fight. All it is turning into a story of falsicities, untruth, agitprop. You know what I'm saying? It's just becoming, oh, if you want to hear, the carnival stories, just click on that link. Just click on there and listen to them boxing channels. My situation, I want them to, kind of come over here and listen because they're getting some, QoS, some quality of service. But now it's turning into something where you're getting channels who people are very familiar with, and they're people tuning in to the versions that they have in their titles. I don't no way, shape, or form dislike them as a person. That's just petty. And that's not where my maturity level is at. But I can get on here and speak to you guys and women and let you understand how I feel about it. If we hardcore boxing fans, why all the rumor mill, why all the lies, why all the insertions of false information? You know what I'm saying? Why are you up here speaking of pseudology? as if your fan base is full of dummies. Can you imagine if Bud almost got knocked out in the ring? Would never hear the end of it. I've been a big supporter of Bud moving up one more time for a minute now. Yeah, I think it's good for him to go for that fourth division. D Style boxing on deck with it. What's good, D Style? He said, I really want this fight. Yeah, a lot of us want this fight for real. A lot of us want this fight. You know, as boxing enthusiasts, we really want to see these two get into the ring. We understand that they're elite fighters. You know what I'm saying? They're elite fighters. I believe Bud Crawford, 100% holds a space between him and Spence when it comes to the elite status. I really don't know where. Like I consider Errol Spence an elite fighter for what he's been able to accomplish with, in one division, the welterweight division. But he kind of breaks the code on being on the pound for pound list, and other fighters that may be out there that's close to getting two belts won't ever be on the pound for pound list. You feel me? Like he was on the pound for pound list very early. So what is the criteria that say that he's an elite fighter and he was on the pound for pound list with this many belts? Now, people are going to be quickly jump over to Crawford, but I'm calculating Crawford entire resume up to this division to say, okay, he should be on the pound for pound list. But I'm not trying to go down that trail. All I'm saying is right now heading into this fight and what I witnessed with Yordenis Ugas fight, it just seems like Crawford has a clear path to knock Errol Spence out, to stop him like he did Sean Porter, but in a more direct manner. You know what I'm saying? I do feel he has that potential to basically negate any type of, forward aggression or pressure from Errol Spence that he showed with Ugas. The reason why I say that is that it's simple. Yordenis Ugas is not Terrence Bud Crawford, man. He's not Terrence Crawford. So for him to stop fighting like that, it's a lot of us that couldn't even fathom that even going down with Bud Crawford. Even if he hurt his elbow, shoulder, he wouldn't stop fighting like Ugas. It's almost like Ugas received the orders, man. He hurt Spence several times in that fight. And then, Lawrence Cole told him to stop. After that, it's almost like he put kryptonite in his blood. He couldn't box no more. He didn't have no more desire or motivation to go out there and win that fight against Spence. I really feel some type of way about his health as a fighter, because he had a situation where his head was damaged, his body was damaged. But he's in a sport where his head takes damage and his body takes damage. That's all about the natural commonality of the conflict in the sport of boxing. That's how it works. Punches to the head and body. So how are you supposed to heal? If you continue to take punishment to an area that maybe still in recovery of damaging or permanently injured, and you're taking punches to the head, how are you supposed to recover 100%? You just, just let me know how are you supposed to recover. D-Ray in the building. What's good? Salute to you. Their fan base is full of donkey brain, wash, false narrative, repeating idiots. Both great fighters, but Crawford wins the fight. No doubt. That's who I'm going with, of course. That's who I'm going for. Cooking with Surf Senior on deck. Salute to you, brother. When Crawford hurts you, he's like a great white in the water smelling blood. I'm smelling blood. Yeah. I look at it like he's one of the best closers in boxing. Real talk. He's one of the best closers in boxing. And that's why my thumbnail is the way it is, because if Errol would have went looking for his mouthpiece with Crawford he would have got stopped. Spence was already hurt. And you know what? It's a two-sided coin here. I feel that, definitely Crawford would have been a lot more aggressive than Ugas and would have sealed the deal. But then again, we don't know what type of interaction Lawrence Cole would have played in slowing down Crawford from going in with the kill like he did freaking Yordenis Ugas. Now it's legal. You know what I'm saying? It's legal for at the right time the referee to call time so the fighter can get his mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? At the right time for the fighter to get his mouthpiece. But Errol went on a damn treasure hunt and said something don't feel right in my mouth. Oh, my mouthpiece is over there across, up under the first rope. Okay, let me go over there and search for it. All alone, you're in a full-blown fight. Ugas touches him. He goes into the ropes and he was hurt. That, to me, making a decision like that, it seems like a neurological deficiency. Real talk. I'm choosing to believe that the fight will happen, but really I've been over the BS. Run the likes up. Appreciate you. Y'all run the likes up, man. Like Senior said, run the likes up for me. Fight won't happen. All the YouTube will blame Bud. They already doing that. They keep on talking about, Bud Crawford is holding up the fight. Bud want this. Bud want this type of baller. He want this type of stool. He want this type of lighting. You know what I'm saying? He want this type of color of gloves. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be tit for tat, little petty kindergarten type stuff. And when we have kindergarten type narratives being pushed, people are not going to take us serious on YouTube when it comes to big fights like this, because we have so many channels that just creating these storylines that makes no sense, bro. Like, it's way below the maturity line. This fight has been out there too long. The fighters are so familiar and recognizable that they don't have to prove anything anymore to who they are. And we, as the media segues out here, we have enough knowledge to talk about them in the right manner. But yet, it's so many damn storylines, plots, twists, suspense, climactic. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many chapters written in this fight. It's becoming the biggest damn parking lot carnival you can go to, man. This shit is becoming crazy. It's just too many lies being spread. Spence versus Porter was so hard to score. Very close. Many Spence fans act like he destroyed or something. He definitely did not destroy Sean Porter. The fight was very close. And like we always say, if it wouldn't have had that bookmark internal to the action where Errol Spence landed a left hook and dropped Porter slightly, if anything besides the soles of your feet touches the canvas now, and it's caused by a punch, it's a knockdown. And that's what changed the scope of the fight. He touched him. His glove touched the canvas. They call it a knockdown, and that pretty much, changed the outcome of the fight in favor of Errol Spence. But in no way, shape, or form, people should get up here talking about Errol Spence dominated and he won a split decision. He won a freaking split decision, y'all. I know it's hard for people to just, collect that data, digest it, you know what I'm saying, and treat it as food for thought in a healthy way. But hey, to each his own, bro. I'm telling you, he did not dominate Sean Porter. If for some reason Bud Spence doesn't happen, Bud can still move up and make legacy. So speaking of that, if you pretty much understand what my title is about, Crawford legacy option. Crawford has legacy option. Those legacy options is contending for fourth division. I feel good about him moving up. I have, a a couple of names of 3 or 4 that it will be a good fight for Bud moving up to 154. And also it'll be good for that um fighter at 154 to face Bud Crawford coming up. Because it'll be a big name for them and it'll be a good paycheck, you know? Shit, I've said Bud Spence might even happen at 154. Listen, I disagree. What's the difference between 47 and 54 outside of the numbers? You know what I'm saying? You still have the same two human beings, right? The same two boxers. You know, whether they still on the pound for pound list, they should. And if they go to 54, what changes? It's not like it's not like they level up and you have different promotions in line up there ready to embrace them with a welcome aboard package. We don't have none of that shit at 54. We have the same promotions at every division. It depended on which fighters are residing in that division and who they sign with. That's what you get when you have a sport that's not regulated. You have an open-ended sport like boxing. It's just too many branches out there for people to eat off of. So it's nothing gonna change, man. I think at 54, it'll be even worse for them to try to fight each other because it's too many big names up there. There's too many big names. You say, how could these YouTubers know Crawford doing the stalling? They're making shit up for views. Let me post that. And I put that up on the thumbnail because see me, I was on my positive tip tonight because I'm just waiting for this week to go by because they say the infamous announcement is going to be the fight is going to get, in their words, the fight is going to be made this week. And then the infamous announcement is going to be on the 4th of July when a lot of us is going to be outside, goddamn, lighting M80s and bottle rockets and all this other stuff. They say when all the fireworks is going off, somebody from somewhere is going to announce the fight while we outside looking at the fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the barbecues, drinking, smoking, and everything else. Somebody's going to drop in, hey, the fight announced. And everybody's going to run inside. Oh, God, let me check my phone. Oh, my God, is it, where's it going to be? That's what they saying, y'all. So y'all better be prepared. Y'all better be prepared. Big Dog in the building. What's good? Salute WCS. Bud has to do business with PBC. He makes the most against Spence. Make the damn fight. So, with that said, that Big Dog, how do you know what is truth and what is just agitprop? You know what I'm saying? When you say Bud has to do business with PBC, what do you mean with that HAS word, has? What do you mean by that? What do you mean he has to do business? So just because he's not binded by Top Rank anymore. This is the mentality I always talk about. Y'all was complaining and speaking all this plantation shit when he was with Bob Arum, right? He leaves Bob Arum and he let the public know, the general public. He says if Bob Arum could make the fight when he was with him, he can't make the fight when he's not with them, right? So everybody say, oh, he fucked up. He don't have nobody now. He don't have no leverage. Yes, he always has leverage. You know why? Because he's Bud Crawford, man. He always has leverage. Formerly undisputed 3-division champion. Now, who y'all should be focused on is PBC, Errol Spence. You know why? Because just because he signed with a promotion doesn't mean that they put the numbers together and they present that to Team Crawford and they supposed to just sign away. And that's not what we do on a fight of this magnitude. People, stop acting like you in grade school. Stop acting like you wouldn't be upset if me and you met in person and I was talking down to you as if you was subordinate or inferior. Stop doing that, bro. That's why I treat y'all like adults on here. Stop acting like that. I'm not babysitting you. I'm not treating you as a child. But when you come in here and you act like you're not putting this type of shit together, Terrence Crawford has individuals on a legal team to look over the paperwork. Why are y'all trying to pretend like the primary storyline consists of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? No, they have a whole entire team who is going through the administrative logistics to try to make this fight happen. They have teams. So for people to go up here and say what Bud should just do, he should just do this, he should just do that. Well, I need to ask you some questions. Do you just go out and overpay for food? If the gas is $5 a gallon, do you go up there and complain about, oh shit, man, I gotta fill up my tank? You put gas in your shit, you pay for it, and you leave a tip on top of the gas, just for the next person, you pay it forward. Is everything you did in life, you just didn't negotiate anything? That's just how you live. You got it like that. Everything you was in life that cost, you didn't negotiate it. When you went to your job and you understood that if you get a promotion, there's more pay, you just told them, you know what? I just get the promotion and you just keep me at the same pay. I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry about it. Give me the promotion, but just keep me at the same basic pay. Okay? I'm fine with that. I talked it over with the family. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We need the money, but that's just the way I go through life. That's not the case, bro. Why don't y'all stop this madness, man? Floyd Mayweather and Jerry Jones gonna announce the fight together on live TV. Oh my God, dog. That mean, look, Jerry Jones must gonna come to Las Vegas because the only way Floyd is gonna come to Texas is that he get a PG, he get the VIP service. You know what I'm saying? He has everything laid out for him. Big. I mean, I'm talking about grand. Fight doctor on deck. What's good with your salute? He say Uncle Al don't want to put Spence in the ring with Crawford. I'm trying, like I just said there, fight doctor. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to stay at a barometer that people don't think I'm just hating on Spence. What? Look, I know y'all know this, right? That any other time that that the conversation with PBC fighters came up, they always mention Al. Al. They always mention Al, right? Who do you think you're gonna fight next? Well, I'm gonna talk to Al. No, I'm gonna see what he got to say. Hey, what's next for you? What's up the line? I'm just get with my team. I'm gonna get with Al. Shout out to Al Heyman. That's all they did. But do you notice in this specific conversation dealing with Spencer Crawford that people are not mentioning Al Heyman? They truly believe that Errol Spence is the front man and he's doing all his business solo dolo. They think the same for Crawford. That is not the case, people. They have teams. Al Heyman is involved. Just like the management team, Bo Mack and all them are involved with Crawford. They have teams, man. But have you noticed a lot of these channels that are Spencerholics, they will not mention Al Heyman. All it is Bud, finger pointing gestures all day long. Bud. Redirection, deflection all day long. Now they want to talk about, oh, Bud Crawford wants a rematch. Okay, why would you want to have a fight of this magnitude for Undisputed and not have a rematch? What's wrong with that? Now, I'm going to be honest once again. I find it hard to believe that either one of these fighters will want a rematch and they basically put interest at the 154-pound division. Well, more so Crawford, in my opinion, than Spence. Crawford has made it perfectly clear that after he beats Spence, he want to move up and fight Jermell Charlo. PBC has all the belts at 154. Where's he going to? So, like I said before, okay, like I said before, let me mention it again. When you say PBC has all the belts, it is boxing. We are trying to once again put ourselves in a clandestine state of understanding when it comes to this boxing game. You keep pretending as if you want to ask questions like it's no possible way that a fighter can fight someone that's signed with PBC just because they have the belts. How do you figure that's how it's controlled just because Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence has the belts? Do you know how many belts saturate boxing? Do you know the sanctioning bodies? They will find a way. These fighters who are undisputed, unified, they have to pay sanctioning fees. Do you think, do you think for 1 minute that PBC is up here paying these sanctioning fees for free? That shit is coming off the top out of these fighters' purses. They have to pay sanction fees when they fight. So when you stand up here or sit or whatever, when you say that PBC has all the belts, that doesn't mean anything. Boxing is a business. These promotions are trying to make money. They're trying to make money, people. So if they have another boxer who's on the pound for pound list and the fight makes sense, they definitely going to try to make dollars. And how they going to do that? They're going to talk. They're going to make phone calls that me and you are not privy to. And since we're not privy to the phone calls, we have to wait for any type of information that comes out that's credible, that they're making this fight, and somebody has released it from a credible, news media segue, and they would put something out like this fighter and that fighter are in talks. All right. Boxing Scene, ESPN, Boxing News 24. This fighter and that fighter are in talks. They'll let you know. And then it goes from talks, if it continues, because sometimes it aborts mission, and then another fighter steps in, and you find out they're in talks. Just like Ryan Garcia and Isak Cruz. For a moment, it seemed like that fight was going to happen. And then the finger pointing game went on that Ryan Garcia didn't want to fight, or Isaac Cruz didn't want to fight because they're supposed to be next in line to fight the winner of Tank and Romero. You know what I'm saying? Bud getting a belt, or all of them in 154 is a boxing fan dream of mine. Shit, I'll even support Spence campaigning in the division when it happens. Hey, I want to basically see these fighters have good fights at the end of the day. But, the divide that's happened on YouTube is just incredible. It's incredible, y'all. Like I go through this all the time. Like you have that side, you have the other side. And they truly believe that this is something that's real world, like we in Afghanistan, Iraq. They feel like Spence and Crawford, when it comes to the YouTube shit, that we're on two different countries, man. They feel like we are the Ukraine and Russia when it comes to this fight. People are vilifying one another over a situation that they have no control over. Now, if you choose to be in bed with a promotion and you choose to stick to one side and spew agitprop and false information, then do it. You know what I'm saying? If they basically compensating you well and you feel that's something you should do, cool. Have at it. But that's not a position I choose to be in at all. You know what I'm saying? Fight Doctor say shout out to WCS. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you pulling up, as always. Every day it gets more difficult to stay positive about the fight happening. You just can't get too close. Don't lean too close into it, D-Ray, when it comes down to it. Don't lean too close to this fight because there's too much distractions out here that you got to slip, dip, slide, you know what I'm saying, pivot, reset, work the jab. You got to keep distance with this because if you fight on the inside with Spence Crawford topics on YouTube, you're going to be punch drunk, man. You're going to be absolutely punch drunk. You're going to absolutely be delirious out this. Shout out to my boy Dion Washington on deck. What's good with it, bro? You're going to be punch drunk out here. Early stages of dementia just for leaning too close to the damn PC screen and reading these titles and listening to these voices. Listen, it's certain things that I appreciate that I'm able to interpret pretty well. That's English. Whether it be broken English or formal English, I'm able to interpret it, right? So when you tell me a fight is made, 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 you're basically saying it's sealed. The fight is made. The fight is done. Done. Okay? The similarities in made and done is that they have the same amount of characters phonetically. Made and done. However you want to place them in a sentence, people, you're providing us with confirmation as if the shit is done, is completed, consummated. But yet, when you click, and that's the whole intent, when you click to start listening, well, the fight is close to being made. The fight is nearly being made. The fight is, in the proximity of being made. Rumor has it, okay, when you hear that rumor shit, all that is them separating themselves from liability from talking bullshit. That's all that is. When they sit up there and say rumor has it, they're separating themselves from what they put in the title to say this. They already got the view. They have the view. So whatever you're listening to inside that title on the live stream, they already got you to tune in because they deceive you from the doorbell. You know what I'm saying? The doorbell is the title. Bing, bing. We have a package for you. You got there and say, damn, I forgot I even ordered something. You grab the package, break that shit open, and there's nothing in it. It's called betrayal, people. That's all it is. They got you to listen. They say, hey, rumor has it that the fight has been done already. It's close to being done. All we waiting on is Bud. Bud haven't did this. Bud haven't did that. Bud needs to do this. Bud should do that. So if they know all this information, listen to me, people. Listen to WCS tell you. If they have all this exclusive information about a fight of this magnitude, why are you on YouTube? Somebody, please provide me with that information. Why are these cats on YouTube if they have all this exclusive information? It's certain information I have. It's nothing that's groundbreaking that I can speak on. This, you know what I'm saying? There's really not eminent. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's I have to put breaking at my title. But when you're talking about a fight like this, just like Letitia Crawford said, shout out to Letitia. She said, y'all MFers act like you are in the negotiation. Like you are a part of the negotiation. You know what I'm saying? Listen. She say the hate is real on YouTube. You would think these MFers are in a negotiation for this fight. How they talking? Watch every last one of them is going to be trying to get an interview come fight week. I'm like, man, chill. Chill with all the breaking, dog. We tired of that. And you say the shit would definitely make you feel punch drunk sometime. Listen, that's why I'm not on here every single day or multiple times a day, because you have to take a release from this to just reset. All right. And plus, I can be reading other boxing and MMA news and watching this BJJ tournament, um, and just basically cataloging more information, with minimal stress. If you stay glued into this YouTube shit too close, man, you're gonna get dementia, bro. You're gonna be getting off this and you're gonna be taking shit out on your kids. You know what I'm saying? Your girl's gonna be asking you like, hey, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Damn. Getting on my nerves, man. We haven't even spoke all day. That's why I'm asking you, is everything okay? I'm fine. Damn. Can you give me some time? I just need some free time, just alone time for a little bit. Oh my God, this shit is stressful. You stressing me? These dudes on YouTube stressing me. Damn. I'm telling you, bro. People, look, you can't convince me that some of these cats don't take this shit in their household. They be on this YouTube all day long. Oh my God. All day long. And they get mad at me for talking about it, bro. Don't get mad at me for talking about it. Come on, man. Shout out to the UGK on the in the building. Showtime Shot News. What's good, Team Jahad Tucker on deck? What's good with it there, Showtime? How you feeling, brother? Man, that's what I'm talking about, Rob. Talk to him. Talk to him. It's not like educated people. Exclusive lies. And see, that's what we should never get acclimated to. We shouldn't get acclimated to the freaking false narratives that's being pushed out here. That's when people that you socialize with on an everyday basis, they start to call you a dummy. And we know nobody in this chat, face to face or in a company, where you can reach out and touch somebody, that somebody's going to look at you and say, man, you're a dummy. I just want to let you know you're a dummy. And you're going to sit there like, I didn't know that. Yeah, you're a dummy. Absolute dummy. We don't accept that in life. So I'm asking you, as a listener, don't accept it on YouTube when you know some dumb shit is going on. You know that shit is popping off. Don't act like a child and say, it could be right, man. They could be right. They could have exclusive, information and be close to the situation. It could be all true, dog. That's what they start to groom you for. It's called grooming. You sit close to somebody's damn, live long enough and listen, you become groomed, acclimated, and then you change up. You lower your standards when it comes to simple maturity and intelligence. You start questioning yourself. Like, did I just sit there and listen to this shit? But yet WCS is saying this? Like, something isn't right, man. Like and then you're gonna take it upon yourself to go to Google and you're gonna go around and start going to these search engines and trying to look up the information. You're saying, I can't find it anywhere else. So now your level of adulthood comes into play, and you're saying, nah, something ain't right, man. But that's not enough, man. Some people just go right back to that pool. They swim around in it because they love it. That shit got so much chlorine in it. That's how they sanitizing it. You saying, God damn, what the fuck, dog? Shout out to the queen in the building, Monica. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up once again, that queen. Good to have you on deck. Champ Ross, what's good with it, bro? Salute to you. Spend all day talking about it when they have no clue what they talking about. Pure comedy. That's all I'm saying. It's only so much that we can sit up here and fake like we smiling and laughing at the fake news. You know what I'm saying? There's so much that we can pretend. Jumping outside your character to assume the role of another, and that's not you, that takes energy too. when you hear all this news about, well, Crawford ain't doing this and Crawford wants a rematch. What was the narrative last week on this fight? The narrative was that Crawford wanted more money. They said the fight was done 55-45, but Crawford wanted more money. Now, this week, look how the narrative's changed. It's Sunday. It's always good to lie on Sunday. But I'm serious. It's always good to lie on Sunday because people feel deep down inside that their sins can be forgiven because they went to church today and they did everything they supposed to do. God is good. So they come on Sunday to prep you for this week with another lie. This lie is, well, Crawford wants a rematch. Now, why in the hell would Crawford want a rematch clause in there to insinuate to the public as if he's scared of losing? Has he given you the impression that he's not going to go in there and beat Spence? So why in the hell Bud Crawford will all of a sudden want a rematch clause, and that's on his front line when it comes to his thought process. That's on the front line. That's battling everything. Battling demons, angels, all that. Has he ever given you the impression that he's unsure going in there and stepping on Spence? I mean, every time I reach in the goddamn scoop of goldfish out, I just get a little handle with a small net and I just scoop it down in the bottle. And I just watch the damn fish flop around and toss it back in the bottle, scoop it up again, toss it in the bottle. It's easy work. Has Errol Spence convinced you all what is going on? Who is leaking this information? Because why would Bud Crawford be up here saying, okay, everything else is done, but I want a rematch clause in there? And he's been talking about moving to 54. I'm gonna tell you point blank period. It's a bunch of lies going on in this YouTube freaking convent. This YouTube shelter. I'm serious, man. It's a lot of freaking lies going on in this YouTube shelter shit, man. It doesn't make any sense, people. And look, and Ben, you said the shit only bothered weak-minded. Look, I'm just surprised that you turned into a individual that jumps in my live chat and wants the attention to be focused on negativity. If this is a fight that you want, then you should very well come into the chat and talk on something positive. But it's always like, you have something negative to say. You resorted to the negative shit all the time. Now back to the topic at hand. I'm only saying this, like, why would Crawford want to advocate for a rematch clause as if he's the one that's optimistic about getting the victory? That doesn't make any sense to me. He's never given me that vibe. Nor has the people that tune in and to conversation about this. They know damn well that hasn't been the measuring stick. We have that hasn't been what we've been listening to. Crawford seems unsure of himself with fighting Spence. It's just been all the agitprop up here on YouTube where people continue to say, no, he don't want that. He want more money here. And then now, he want rematch. Why? If both of y'all are talking about moving up to 54, and damn well Boots Ennis is in the shoot. Once again, we know damn well Boots Ennis is in the shoot as the IBF mandatory. Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense for these fighters to campaign, especially Errol Spence, to campaign at 47 for an extended period of time once they have this fight? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. They have to go into a full training camp, boom, fight. We don't know what the injuries are like for either fighter. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the injuries are like. So let's talk about the best case scenarios that, whoever wins vacate the titles. That's the best case scenario. Because the fan base, if you haven't seen it already, they began to transition from Errol Spence to Boots Ennis at 47, several weeks ago. Those Spencerholics turned their attention over to Boots Ennis because they feel like, okay, Errol Spence is on the backside of his career. He's almost out. He's going to move up somewhere. We need to start supporting and getting on board with the other young fighter, which I don't have no problem with. We like Boots Ennis. He has the goods, and he definitely is a future world champion, when he gets his shot. He definitely is. But I've seen the transition. I've seen the transition from those supporters who rock with Spence. They try to sneak or be clever about it to start supporting Boots Ennis when Boots Ennis was marching his way up to be the mandatory for Spence. So what they was trying to do is time it correctly and hoping this fight will already happen. And they want to keep on talking about, well, Boots Ennis, he's the IBF mandatory. But you notice they don't really talk about Boots Errol Spence a lot. At one point in time, they was talking about Crawford, who just got out of the ring with Sean Porter. They were talking about what Crawford doing? Why don't he fought Boots? Why don't he fight Boots? Why don't he fight Boots? It was absurd to listen to. But now we already know him coming off Custio Clayton stopped him. He's where he's at. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's going to be a rematch clause. And Jaron Ennis is going to be here waiting the 2023. I don't see how that benefits him to hang around because he has to fight too. He has to fight another quality level of opposition. And who is that going to be? It don't seem like him and Virgil Ortiz is going to fight. Is he going to fight down? You know what I'm saying? It's some hitters out there at 147. You know what I'm saying? That's looking for the smoke. Is he going to hang around and fight Jahad Tucker? I mean, I don't know. I mean, y'all pushing David Morrell with 7 fights. Are y'all going to push Jahad Tucker like that in the welterweight division? I'm just asking a question, bro. I'm not trying to start up anything. I'm just asking a question as a voice out here in this media segue. If y'all pushing David Morrell to fight David Benavidez, if Jaron Ennis doesn't get the immediate shot, let's just say for some crazy reason, he's put on the dang waiting list. Are y'all going to push somebody like Carlos Ocampo who come out of nowhere and fight Errol Spence? And they want to say he was the mandatory? If Jaron Ennis, if I was him right now, being that he fought Custio Clayton, I would definitely want to fight the champion next because that's a nice paycheck. I'm healthy. I'm good, strong. I want to go in there and fight Spence. But a lot of people that's listening know damn well that may never happen at 47. Now, can it happen at 54? Possibly, because Jaron Ennis, in my opinion, is a big 47 pounder, and he won't be at that division for long. That's just me. And I think the reason why he's still able to sustain that weight because he's a young lion, man. Jaron Ennis is a young lion. You have to give him credit for creativity. No, I don't know how to give him credit for anything because it's just certain levels that we on right now, Rob. That's just like a child. You taught them to do something a certain way, whether it be listening, writing, or whatever the case. And your kid is right-handed. They're right-handed. But you see them when they pick up the damn pencil, they right and left-handed. And you say, you know what? Hey, let's just answer me this. Why you right and left-handed, you right hand? You're right hand dominant. Why you right and left hand? Oh, because I seen some people, I heard some people in school and they were saying how cool it was to be left-handed and just like that. I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you one time, if you don't change that pencil back to your right hand, there will be problems. Okay? You're right hand dominant. Appreciate what God bless you with and stop listening to people. That shit only bother weak-minded people. Showtime said 55-45 ice drop video. Hey man, you know, we haven't heard too much 55-45 no more. Because I'm gonna give you another helpful hint. Because this is the week, people. Sunday, they come out with all the gravitating news, right? To draw you in. This is supposed to be the week of the official announcement. This is supposed to be the week. You're supposed to be rocking around town lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more pep in your step. You should feel good about yourself. Seriously, you should feel free, man. Like you can go out here and run like 6 or 7 miles barefooted. People forget EJ stated he had only 2 more fights at 147 before he moved up. Well, he already fought Ugas. He has 1 more to go. Why would a rematch clause hold up the fight? See, once again, listen, let's give it up to Rob for coming in here and basically having his shit together. You feel me? Give it up to the ones who hang around YouTube enough to be able to regurgitate information that's already out there. You're absolutely right, Rob. He did say he only had 2 more fights. So why would a rematch clause ever at this point in time be in the conversation? I don't get it. When I'm up here conversing with Showtime, Rob, Dion, you know what I'm saying, Monica, Sir Senior, you know what I'm saying, all these people that drop through, right? I am speaking to them in an adult level. Shit that they should understand. I'm not here to play games with you. I'm not up here to tell you some bullshit and then say, you know what, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Forget it, man. I was just joking around with y'all. I got you. Got you. I'm not here to play those motherfucking games like that. Not on this topic. Dion say, Dion, he said it. Look, Dion said, I love to see Jahai versus Boots. If Boots are not able to get the fight, well, guess what? Jahai Tucker's 8-0, right? And people's like, damn, Jerome Ennis 29-0 right now. Shit. Jahai ain't ready. But once again, check this out. But once again, we will send Jesse James, Bam Rodriguez, Franco in there to fight Carlos Cudras, who had way more fights than him. Carlos, look, Bam went in there when he was 14-0 to fight a guy who had all that experience. And he ended up winning the belt. Oh, my bad. They send him right back in there for Sor Rumfasai, who was supposed to be the opponent and had to pull out because of COVID. So Bam stepped in. Sor Rumfasai gets his shot at a 15-0 fighter, Bam Rodriguez. Nobody even complained about that. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's because they're not black fighters, first of all. And at a lighter division, everybody's cool with that. But I'm just saying, Bam Rodriguez was 14-0 when he went in and faced Carlos Cudras, who had already been in the ring with Rumfasai. He had beat Rumfasai. Here comes Bam moving up a division. Look, Bam moving up a division and stepping in the ring at last minute and getting the win. So I don't want to hear no complaining. I don't want to hear y'all talking about Jahai ain't ready. If they team is over there saying that they're ready for the big names, all of them, then why don't y'all speak it up on YouTube? What's going on? Why y'all quiescent? There you go right there. There you go right there. Team Tucker say they want all the smoke. My step aside money, Stanthionis versus Boots will be good. I agree. I definitely agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree that Stanthionis and Boots will be good. Also, Jahad Tucker and Stanthionis would be good. And Jahad Tucker and Boots would be good. It's time to start breaking, the usual format of fighters being ready. You know what I'm saying? If a fighter's been fighting on TV since they first fight, just like Teofimo Lopez, his dad always said that he was going to be a champion within 15 fights. He was a champion within 15 fights. He was. And then the 16th fight was unified. He ended up, achieving that. So you can't only, take it for certain fighters. Jahad Tucker doesn't have a losing record on his resume. So you need to take that in consideration. And also you should need to take this in consideration too. And no knock on Boots Ennis. But when it comes down to his resume, who has Boots Ennis fought? Who is Boots Ennis fought? That to say, Jahad Tucker is not ready for Boots, or Stanthionis is not ready for Boots. Who is he fought? I know they're going to say who has Jahad Tucker fought. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying with 29 fights, he really didn't fight anybody to Sergey Lipinets. And then not only did he take the escalator down in competition, do you give him credit off Thomas Delorme? A guy who is coming off 2 losses. Boots Ennis, up to his 15th professional fight, he had a losing record in his opponents. Do your research. You put it in the chat if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. It might be more or less. But I could have sworn 15 fights. Up to 15 fights, he had an opponent with a losing record in that lineup. Just do the research. So we need to exclude Thomas Delorme so we can put Sergey Lipinets, former champion in 140. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia took his belt, right? So he goes up and, he has an okay fight, and then he gets stopped by Boots Ennis. And exclude Thomas Delorme coming off two losses and all that shit. Goes in there, Custio Clayton. Obviously, Custio Clayton received the orders in the parking lot. You know him? Let's go over them. You're to do what? Yeah, okay. In what round? Okay. Are we clear? Okay, here's the envelope. No, that's the orders. Custio Clayton obviously had other situations that impeded his thought process to win. He came in there, rolled around like Chris Algieri when he was fighting Conor Benn, just somersaulting all over the fucking ring. And he was out. And then he gets up there drinking water, got a big smile on his face. That's what happened when you receive the orders and you feel good about your performance. Real talk. That's how you feel. So when you come to Boots, come on, let's be realistic, man. His record with the opponents, man. Come on. Don't sit up here and say I'm hating on Boots. He hasn't fought anybody right now. So if you put him with a Jahad Tucker, all you're doing is just like, okay, what's the number of experience? What's the experience? I'm not hating on no brother. They always talking about FR for real. Like, I'm just saying, I've looked at his record several times, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. Count up from his first fight all the way to his last opponent with a losing record and let me know. Right side on deck. What's good with it? Appreciate everyone in the building. Y'all need to do me a big favor and hit the like button, man. Remember, just do me this favor in all respect. If you come through here, just hit the like button. I'm not going to tell you because y'all grown, intelligent adults. That's all. Yeah, you got to use that word solid, man. We told Spence we helped get him ready for the biggest fight in boxing, but he likes that in-house sparring. Ain't nothing like that in-house sparring, boy. Especially when Marvelous Jarvis is over there, goddamn doing the Michael Jackson beat it impersonation. That'll really get you upbeat for sparring, for real. Just beat it and beat it. Spence don't wanna be defeated. Gonna get smoked when it's time for. Let me see, D-Ray Promotions. I just know, want to see it. Lippin' Yes and Delorme. Good question, WCS on Boots. They didn't want to check his resume out yet. Let me go back over there. Let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Because people are gonna say, well, you hating on Boots, but they're not gonna sit up here and tell you. So let me share screen right here to my people, right quick. Let me share screen. What is going on here, man? Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened just then. Hold on, y'all. I dropped out for a second. So let me take this down. Shout out to Mark Nash on deck. What's good with it, Mark? So check this out. This is Jerome Ennis' resume, right? Let me open this up. So he's 29-0, 27 knockouts. We're going to go down to the bottom. And we're going to count up to when he stopped having a losing record and became consistent with winning records. So we had 1, 2, 3. And a losing record, by the way, is when your wins are less than your losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm right here. That's 9. All right. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm right here. 15. All right. 318 and 1. 15. Let me see if there's any more after the 15. See, I was right. 15. His 15th professional fight. 318 and 1. His 15th professional fight. Jahad Tucker just fought an 11 and 1 fighter. Let's go up to his 8th professional fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jerron Ennis' 8th professional fight was 3, 4, and 3. 3, 4, and 3. Jahad Tucker was fighting a dude that was 11 and 1 and a tough fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just making an analogy here. I'm just saying. And look, I know Jerron is still young and he has a lot of victories to his name, but that's just the way boxing is. I'm just trying to explain something. There's no hate. I like Ennis. Like I said, he's a future superstar. For real. He is not a superstar right now, but he's a future superstar. So let me go back. I made a mistake and got up out of there too quick. Let me show you something else too. All right. So if you go right here to when he fought Sergey Lipinets in 21, April 2021, we're not even going to this right here. No decision. We're not talking about this guy, how short he was, and he was just a brawler, took him out. No, we're going up. Okay, Sergey Lipinets, former world champion. Lipinets down in rounds 4 and 6, closed him out in 6. Thomas Delorme, all right? Thomas Delorme. He finished him in the first round. Let's click on old Delorme. 25, 6 and 1, 16 knockouts. Lost to Jamal James, UD, August 2020. Lost to Stanthionis, April 21. And then October 2021, he was stopped in the first round by Jaron Ennis, coming off 2 losses. Custio Clayton, he finished him in 2 rounds. Custio Clayton had an amazing stamp of approval of 19-0-1. Okay, it happens in boxing. It happens in boxing. But he went out in the second round. Clayton down in round 2, rises but cannot continue. So who can we pretty much pin to Jaron Ennis' record as his best opponent? It's hands down Sergey Lipinets. And check this out, how I'm trying to basically itemize this for you, right? Because everything's a curriculum when it comes to boxing. Sergey Lipinets is 16-1-1. You can't put Thomas Delorme up here 25-5-1 because he was coming off 2 losses. And then they're gonna say, okay, what about Custio Clayton, 19-0-1? Let's click on Clayton. So let's go down here and check out his draw that he had with Sergey Lipinets. I know a lot of people thought Custio Clayton won, but he did not get the green. He didn't get the green light. Let's keep on going. Look, he fought DeMarcus Corley back in March 2019. We all know Chop Chop. He stopped him in the 6th round. Who else can we brag about on Custio Clayton's record? Who else can we brag about? Anybody we can brag about? Anybody? I mean, come on, it got to be somebody we can brag about on here. You know, you had Stephen Daniel, 14-0. Look, you had Cameron Creel, 18-19-3. So it is what it is, man. He took an L, and you know, like I said about Jaron Ennis, his biggest win on his resume is indeed Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets, look, the same Sergey Lipinets who had only, I would say, 4 fights less than DeAndre Smith, who just fought Jahad Tucker. Sergey Lipinets was 16-1, 16-1-1. DeAndre Smith was 11-1, 12 fights. So we talking about 6 fight difference? Man, come on now. Deion Washington after EJ and Bud. I'm not looking forward to no more boxing on BS. Who was that? I disagree, D Style. You know what I'm saying? What makes it good? He, you know, from what his record was, you know, he had a 19-0 record, D Style, and he came in there and just went out in the second round. Like, man, he didn't even seem like he put up a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, let's go back to Terrell Goucher against Tim Tszyu. And Terrell Goucher, let's kind of do a juxtapose with him and Erickson Lubin. One of the most boringest fights. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the most boringest fights. And then all of a sudden they start to engage in the 10th round. Erickson get hurt a little bit, but he ended up winning the fight. Then Terrell Goucher go fight my boy Jamonte Clark, stand up Cleveland, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, rather. Jamonte Clark, I'm saying, okay, this is the guy. I thought he was the first guy to hand Sebastian Fundora his first loss. Jamonte steps in there with Terrell Goucher and he gets stops in the second round. So I'm like, okay. He steps in, get a bigger fight with Tim Tszyu, and he fought enough as he could. He fought. You know what I'm saying? He fought. I got to give him credit for that. He fought. Tiffany Love, what's good with you, Queen? Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Give it up for the women that's in the chat. It's always a pleasure to have the women on deck, especially talking this boxing. Lee on deck. Right side say Jahad versus Clayton would be a good step up fight. I like that. I like that right side. I like that. No doubt. Jahad versus Custio Clayton. Yes, I like that. Anybody up there. Anybody. I like to see Jahad fight. The fight I just had on my thought process too. Let me go back. I like to see Jahad and Conor Benn, Cody Crowley. You know what I'm saying? I'm going within the top 10, of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm going within the top 10 at 147 pounds. That's all that is. Mikey Garcia still holds a slot. And they can give freaking Jahad Tucker Mikey Garcia. Yeah, that'd be a nice name. What about Keith Thurman? He's still down there twiddling thumbs and kicking rocks and goddamn running in the trees with his hands, up in the air like he don't know where to go, playing flutes and shit. There's not many that's in the top 15. I think Jahad Tucker and Mikhail Fox. You know what I'm saying? Or Jamal James to break into the top 15. Jamal James and Michael Fox are both 11 and 12. But, we'll get around. It's just a little something. I think Soul Machine beats Delorme and Lipinets. Tiffany Love said at WCS, I subscribe and hit the like button. Absolutely appreciate it. One love to you, sister. Thanks for dropping in and supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get the subscription, hit the bell icon, you know what I'm saying? So you can know if I'm going live or not. But much appreciate you pulling up and supporting the brother. WCS Cooking Casuals, temporary boxing fans again. No doubt. And y'all coming over here from other people being over here. Hey, much love to the ones who's bringing attraction over my way. I salute you for that. Mark Nash said, World Combat Sports, you were wrong about Boost, respectfully. He started fighting guys with winning records at the 7th fight, not 15. This what I mentioned, Mark. This is what I mentioned. I didn't say start. I say he was fighting losing records. What was the last fight that he had his losing record? He was fighting guys from the opening all the way up to his 15th fight with a losing record. That means if you have a guy that has a losing record, your first, second, and third fight, and then you have one with a winning record, that's not where you stop. And then your next fight is a losing record, and then you have 3 more with a winning record. I'm saying all the way up to the point where you have no more fighters with losing records. Losing records are your wins are less than your defeats. Not losing as in you have a 3-1 fighter. All right. When you have a 8-5 fighter, that's a winning record. In the technical aspect of it, people say, oh, well, you got a losing record because you have a loss. What I'm talking about is the last time that he fought a fighter who record was more wins than losses consistently. And that was his 15th fight. That was his 15th fight there, Mark. Jihad versus Blair Cobbs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shouty, what? That's what I'm talking about. Let's get some Blair Cobbs because he's a good talker. He's a good mouthpiece, man. He'll talk that fight up. He'd be like, Jahai, I don't know what you're doing here, but you don't have enough experience to be in the ring with Blair Cobb. I am the Flair. You know what I'm saying? He'll talk the shit up. He would talk, but he coming off that loss, though. I don't know what his mindset at. Not only is he coming off a loss, he got stopped. You know what I think? I think it's some people out there to see Jahai Tucker coming up, but because he's in a division where he's not ranked in the top 15, people want to put special stipulations on him. They saying, oh, we watching him. We watching him. We watching. They just don't want to give him, you know what I'm saying, that pass yet to skip ranks. They don't want to give him that pass to skip ranks yet. They just contemplating. You know what I'm saying? They just sitting there thinking, let me cogitate this a little bit. You know, the young 7, 8, Deer Park, checking out his team, blah blah blah. You know, they just up there going through everything and trying to say, when should we start treating him like David Morrell? I'm serious. They see him fighting on TV since day one, the LeBron James of boxing, right? They see him, but somehow, some way, they choose not to flip the switch on and say, damn, maybe we should start giving him that David Morrell love they trying to give to him to face David Benavidez. Who else is out there in the welterweight division that has the amount of experience that you could be talking about? There's only one Jahai, Who is Jahai Tucker? Follow him on IG. Very talented star in the sport, rising star in the sport, man. He's about that. His team has made it perfectly clear. That's what they want, a big fight. I mean, come on, man. Y'all can't say he don't have enough experience, but yet you trying to give David Morrell an open casket in fighting David Benavidez, because that's exactly what he's going to get, an open casket. And you know who's going to be to blame? All these YouTube that was up here talking about David Morrell. And then he was in his last fight. They was like, interesting. I think he doesn't look as good as we thought he was. We need to chill on the Benavidez talk because he is a monster. This guy's a monster. Be careful about how you approach monsters. The courtesy protocol is different. The Blair Cobbs in the circus. DeAndre Smith beats Cobbs. See, man, showing love to DeAndre Smith, man. When others thought I was, not showing enough. Team Tucker was showing them mad love, man, and respect over there, Blair Cobb's getting dog walked by Jahai, but hey, let's put the leash on him for real. That'll be a good talk up fight. And he's over there. Look, from my understanding, I thought he was over there in that footprint, NYC. I thought he used to be over there, or he's over there. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not gonna sit up here and drop something that's not totally right. Black Cobb's getting dog walked by Jahai. What about whoever beat Blair first? Jahai. About whoever beat Blair versus Jahai. What you mean by that, D-Ray? Whoever beat Blair versus Jahai. Blair Loudmouth Cobbs got humble. Ric Flair want his name back. Hey, I couldn't blame the man for trying to get to the audience as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? Him wearing the dang coat, and he approached Jerron Ennis to him, saying what he said about Spence, just talking up the fight, going in there. Oh my God, he just took a L, dog. Like, oh my God, he took it bad. But this is not about Blair the Flair. This is about trying to find a Jahai, the common interest over here on the YouTube, like they do other fighters that has his experience. Now, just because Showtime and his team is a close-knit unit and they tactical and the squad is on the move, don't hate. Show some love to the young lion. Show some love, man. Y'all know they moving. Y'all know they grooving. Show some love to Jahai Tucker. Look him up. Ask him for an interview, man. Good guy. Damn good fighter. Show some love, man. Then watching, we top ranked. We wanted Josh Taylor. Rocha versus Jahai. Any one of them, man. They said any one of them. They don't care who it is, y'all. No safety on the Glock. They said anybody. They said anybody, man. That's from the team. That's not from me. Anyone that's up there at 47, they said anybody. So let some of them top 15 guys know what's popping. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to go to the microwave. All they need to do is go to the IG, and things get very interesting. Showtime will tell you that. Things get very interesting on IG. Quick. Quick. Blair and Rolly are the same fighters in different divisions. Wow. That's crazy. Blair and Rolly. I truly believe Blair has better boxing than Rolly Romero. But peep this out. Conor Ben is up there lurking. Like you got the new guard, man. They right there, bro. They are right there. You have the new guard. You got the Virgil Ortizes, the Coley Crowleys. Jesus Ramos, David Avanesian, Mikey Garcia. He's the old guard though. Man, you have the Keith Thurman old guard. Gabriel Maestre, he's still up there. Wasn't if I'm not mistaken, Gabriel Maestre was the one who had the fucked up gloves. The referee caught him. He was still able to fight. And they robbed Michael Fox. Wasn't he's the one that was fighting Gabriel Maestre? They had like 3 fights. He was 3-0. And they put him in there with Michael Fox, who had over 20 some professional fights, I believe. I'm not mistaken. You have your Dinas Ugas. You know what I'm saying? It'd be good, Let Jahai get your Dinas Ugas. That'll put us right there in the top 5. But we'll get back to that. But hey, like I told y'all earlier, right? Like I told y'all earlier about this situation that's going on. The day's supposed to be the grandiose arrival of the official news. I'm breaking the news from what I read. Those individuals, whoever they may be, said the news supposed to be breaking this week because they already put a timestamp, people. They placed a timestamp on the official announcement. This week, the fight's supposed to be done. And by Independence Day, where a lot of us is going to be somewhat mildly inebriated, bellies full, outside, enjoying the festivities. You know what I'm saying? Whatever festivities you're a part of. And when the sun starts to drop or not, you're gonna be popping those fireworks and everything. But on Independence Day, I'm not sure what time it's gonna be. They might wait till 11:59 p.m. to drop the news per se, because that is what's out there floating around, that the timestamp has been placed on 4th of July. Now I can't understand, like, how is this 4th of July going to work if supposedly, they're still debating on a rematch, a phantom rematch clause, or they still debating on money on the back end? How is this announcement going to work if they haven't zipped up the fine details? So how are we supposed to move forward in this? How are we supposed to move forward? Because I said earlier, if this fight isn't announced on the 4th of July, I'm calling names. I'm calling names. I am mentioning names of those individuals who chose to mislead. I'm just only saying, if this is not announced by 4th of July, I do have a different type of energy on speaking on this subject, because it was betrayal and deception going on with misleading the public. Why? 5545 was said weeks ago. We haven't heard anything else about it. And then this supposed to be, a Floyd Mayweather announcement. He say, I will announce it. So someone joked early in the live and said, Floyd Mayweather and Jerry Jones are gonna announce it on live. that would be sick. And that would be two guys. Oh my God, that'd be crazy, man. But that's what they said. They supposed to announce it on live. They was just being comedic. But this week, the news supposed to be that the fight is going to be sealed and delivered. But yet, officially, it's not going to be announced to next Monday, right? 4th of July is next Monday, right? Right, y'all? The 4th of July is next Monday. So you have a total of 8 days remaining. 8 days. 7 days before the 4th. And then, the 4th will be on the 8th. But you have 8 days out there that we hear the ice drop. Okay? Showtime Shaw News. That's what keeps up great work. Yes, sir. Man, y'all be sure to check out Showtime Shaw News, man. Do his thing over there. You know what I'm saying? He is the plug. So I have to address him by his professional name, because we do have to keep that circulating out here in this media world. He is the marketing media agent. I want to ensure that he was deemed that title by ESPN. So though his name says Showtime Shaw News, which is more so orientated around the YouTube community, but when it comes to the corporate, they deemed him the marketing media agent. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's from ESPN. June 30 is Thursday. Me and Mike Tyson, my all-time favorite fighter, celebrating our birthday. I'm gonna tell you this, right side. I don't know how you're gonna take this, right? But peep this, brother. I dare you to goddamn go to Mike Tyson's podcast and celebrate his birthday with him. I bet you won't walk in there and smoke it out with Mike, because you might not walk up out that motherfucker. I dare you to go up in there right side. I dare you to go up in there. Mike Tyson gonna say, hey, do me a favor, lock that door. I don't know this young guy come up here and saying, man, have the same birthday. Lock that door back there. Close the windows and shades, please. So you want to smoke with Iron Mike Tyson, huh? Okay. All right. I'm going to give you the best time of your life, buddy. You know what that time is. Right side, I dare you to go up there and goddamn celebrate and hot box with Mike. Man, Mike gonna have your ass. God damn. Shit, he gonna have you damn near about to die. See what he gonna do? He gonna go over there and get that fresh toad. Mike Tyson gonna put you on the toad, and you gonna think you gonna think you in the ayahuasca, big dog. You think you in the ayahuasca? They gonna put you on the psychedelics, my brother. You gonna be saying, "Damn, I wish I never came over here and fuck with Mike. God damn, this nigga taking advantage of me. I can't control my body. I can't feel my body." And don't do it that right side. Don't do it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Do that. Do that. Right side, who owed the happy birthday? Hell no, I don't smoke like that. He might have the toad in the bill. That's what I'm telling you, right side. You going up there talking about we're gonna celebrate together. Mike Tyson might be reading this shit. He said, okay, what do you want to smoke on? I got a lot of shit, man. You know, I got my own dispensary. I got my own dispensary and everything, man. I got so many strands. Man, what do you want to smoke? You want to smoke the toad right out the back? I can get you what you want. You know, I'm Mike Tyson. I'm on Mike Tyson. What strand do you want? Fuck around with Mike Tyson if you want to. Man, Mike Tyson is different in a lot of ways, man. You seen the way you seen the way he was talking to Kevin Gates? Shit. He won't get that opportunity with me. He won't. First of all, I don't smoke. And I just couldn't be in the room having a conversation. And it does me no good not to bring up shit that I heard him talk about already. I'll be an instigator. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like Mike. You remember when you had that Charlo brother on here? He gonna be like, yeah, you know, which one? Which one? Which Charlo brother? Uh, I'm talking about Jamal, the one that you was trying to get to say the names on who he want to fight. He said, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I pretty much told him to break bread with the brothers, right? And basically fight the Mexican monster. You talking about him? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike. I think you really, you know, shine some light on how afraid he was to face Benavidez. I appreciate that, Mike. But this is one that concerned me, Mike. This is one that concerned me. The time you had Mr. Cap himself on your hot box, Ryan Garcia, and you allowed that man. Well, Mike, let me just show you, Mike, because I know you be smoking and you sometimes forget. All right, this is no shade on you, Mike, but this happened on your podcast, big dog. You know what I'm saying? This happened on your podcast.
Tank, I'm going to say it in front of Mike and Jeremy. If you do not take this fight, your legacy is forever tainted. Nobody, nobody will ever remember your name. Nobody. The money's there. I know you love money, but money's there. Damn. If you don't take the fight next, your whole legacy forever is tainted if you don't take the next fight with me. Oh, my
God. God damn. God damn, Tank. I ain't never heard no shit like this.
Ooh, he's capping, capping, he's capping, capping, ooh, he's capping, ooh, he's capping, ooh, capping, ooh, he's capping.
I have a potential huge, bigger fight than him, so I might pin him off for the side. You know, I'm still gonna fight him, but I wouldn't not fight him unless it was even a bigger opportunity. But I cannot say anything right now, so I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Capping at his best, Ryan Garcia. Capping at his best, and now he's trying to be the second Latino Thug Life. He's coming out here trying to act like Canelo, and Canelo trying to act like freaking Tupac Machiavelli. I don't know what's going on with this shit, man. But that dude is one of the biggest cappers there is. I don't see why Mike Tyson let him on the show to get Gervonta Davis on the phone without having him come back to the show. After he said, if you don't take the fight, your legacy will be forever tainted. You should have had the man back on the show, Mike, because he basically used your platform to play you. He didn't fight Javante. He clearly said that he had a bigger fight, and that bigger fight was supposed to be the one and only Manny Pacquiao at the catchweight. Come on, Mike. You need to get Ryan back on the show, man, to hold his ass accountable. You know what I'm saying? You need to run your hand. You need to run your hand through his hair while you're smoking and blowing his face and say, "Hey, Ryan, don't play with me like that no more." All right, Ryan. I'm a nice guy, but you know when I'm not on the toad, I can be a very nasty, mean guy, Ryan. You understand me? Okay, so don't play with Iron Mike. You know, I'm trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to be all of that, but you played my channel. Tell him, Mike. Don't do that. Don't do that shit, Ryan. You played the man. Don't do it. How Ron would still talk about these boxing streets, Capri at his best. He's the pound for pound Doug Messers coalition. Real talk. Pound for pound. So for Tuna, a bigger fight than Tank. Well, since he basically just put that to the side, he had to go back to the scraps. The scraps that fell out, you know what I'm saying, with Haney. You know what I'm saying? Just the scraps that fell out, period, with the big names. He had to go back to Javier Fortuna, who he ducked anyway. Doesn't make sense for Ryan. He's a big capper, dog. Dude said he fighting Pac-Man at that weight. Yeah, he was capping, bro. I've been told you about Canelo. Yeah, you did. You kept the same energy. But, you know, like I said earlier, he's coming in here and he's all grimace faced. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he's going through some hernias, you know, some hernia inflammation or something. He's all frowned up, trying to act like he's a hitman now towards the old guy, Gennady Golovkin. No one's buying that shit for you. You just got your ass beat by Dmitry Bivol. Deal with it. Ryan had nervous breakdown. Pray for mental illness. Yes, that's what it was, man. You know, when you have the attention of the fight fans, and you tell them you have mental illness, the best thing you can possibly do is get a nice looking woman, a girl, and go out to the beach in a 2-piece and have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Go to a resort. You know what I'm saying? Go to Heaven Gates. Isn't that what them resorts, those resorts be like to help, you know, you get away and mental illness and all that? They call heaven something like Heaven Lift. You know what I'm saying? Light love. Some bullshit. That's Ryan though. Pound for pound cap in boxing. For real. That's what he does, people. But shit. It's going on. Twicker 12. People, you know how it is. Don't get mad at me. I had to put this up here. Once again, I truly believe that Terrence Crawford, if Errol Spence drops his mouthpiece and attempt to go searching for it, Bud stops him. Period. Bud stops him. Even if he don't drop his mouthpiece out, I believe Bud Crawford stops Spence and put a halt to all this. And then, you know, the fight being in Las Vegas, I'm still curious to know who the referee's going to be. I hope to God it's not Kenny Bayless, because Kenny Bayless is, in my opinion, allegedly, he showed biasness towards, you know, certain fighters over that way, in my opinion. And Lawrence Cole, doesn't matter where he's at. He gets the orders. He enforces the orders. That's Lawrence Cole. I hope to God he's not the referee. I hope they have somebody like Tony Weeks. Who else? You know, I don't want Lawrence Cole. Oh, and I definitely don't like. I don't want what was his name? Can't believe I forgot. Bill Chansey. Don't want Chansey. He's not a bad guy, but that's probably Bill Clancy. Bill Clancy. That's not a bad guy, But he's made some questionable calls too. He's in deep. He's in deep. But the first two, Kenny Bayless and Lawrence Cole, no, I don't want them. Bill Clancy, Tony Weeks, you know what I'm saying? Him. But yeah, let's see what happened because they fighting in Vegas. The referee means something, and the judges are who they are. You know what I'm saying? We definitely didn't want the fight in Texas because it just wouldn't make any sense. Especially after we found out that Jerry Jones bought every seat to the fight that they had at the Star. That was just absolutely disturbing to me. That news would not be relevant out here on YouTube. That we didn't have any numbers to run Spence. When he stepped into AT&T, we didn't have any numbers to legitimize. What are we working off of? What is the spreadsheet going to begin with? We want to run these numbers. We want to put them on the chart and see if we have a spike that's ascending or descending, not just a flat line. So we can pretty much say a flat line when it came to him fighting Carlos Ocampo, because Jerry Jones purchased every seat in the arena in the fight. So when he stepped in there with Mikey Garcia, I'm pretty sure Jerry Jones purchased some more seats. You know what I'm saying? The only time he didn't purchase any seats was when he went over there to Cali at the Staples Center to fight Sean Porter. And then he came back and you fought Danny Garcia. I'm pretty sure you purchased some seats in there because, that was his first opponent back. So we really don't have no raw numbers to go off with Errol Spence as far as saying he put butts in the seats. I think a lot of people just love grooming that narrative right there and caressing it and cuffing it, because you're infatuated with it. You know what I'm saying? You're enamored with that. He put butts in the seats while your hand is already in the seat. You want to make sure you get the stamp of approval. Come on, y'all. We don't have any numbers to legitimize this. Jerry Jones admits, the article admits that he bought the seats and he was trying to bring more traction to the training center. And being he's fighting at AT&T, that's his place. Yes, he bought comp tickets. The truth is out. Even though you didn't want to talk about it, the truth is out, man. Comp tickets was purchased and butts was brought to the seats. Not the way you think, though. It wasn't just off the strength of Errol Spence. It wasn't off the strength like that. Jerry Jones has a huge deal to do with it, and Spence, he had people from the gate coming to see him fight. So give him that much credit, but not totality, not the totality, because Jerry Jones is out there spending money. So to be honest with you, I don't care what the numbers is for this fight. I don't care who takes what. I just want them to come out with a fight date. And I'm pretty sure at this point in time, everybody is going to get close, if not equal, to what they wanted. And the fight is going to go down the way it go down. That's all we can say on that, Shawty. But my last topic is Bud Crawford moving up to 154. When we talk about 154 and Bud Crawford jumping the line and going to top 5, you really got to understand you have Charles Conwell that's there. You have Charles Conwell that's there. You have Charles Conwell. You have the Tim Zoos. I'm just saying, people. When you talking about moving up to 154, you have some names up here now. You have Tony Harrison. That'll be a good fight with Bud Crawford. You know who I want to be petty? You know who I want Bud Crawford to fight at 154? You know who I want him to fight? I want him to fight Carlos Ocampo. Carlos Ocampo is ranked in the top 5 in the WBO. I want Terrence Crawford to go fight Carlos Ocampo just to be petty, because isn't Ocampo a common opponent for what, a minute with Errol Spence? I want him to go over there and fight Carlos Ocampo. Fight Brian Castaño. Carlos Adames. 54 is hot. You have Magomed Karabanov. You know, you have Erickson Lubin, who just lost to Sebastian Fundora, Liam Smith, Michelle Soro, Jack Couquet. I mean, that top 10 over there and 54 to move up, it's nice. It's nice. And if Crawford and Spence as champions move up, they have some competition waiting. You know what I'm saying? They have some competition waiting. That's all I'm saying. That is all I am saying, people. They have some competition waiting. Showtime said, great live tonight. Salute WCS. Much appreciated, my brother. Thank you for looking out. Have no idea what you're talking about. What's next for Just Bam Rodriguez? Do we move up to 118 to fight Naoya Inoue? Absolutely not, Monica. He's too small for that. Inoue, in my opinion, at this point in time, is too big for Bam. There's no need for him to pretty rush. Like, he's 22 years old, right? So I know everybody's trying to think, okay, if you moved up and to Superfly, you can do it for bantamweight. No, man, it's just gonna be tough for this kid to go up there and face somebody like Inoue. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But I do believe he should get the fight between Juan Francisco Estrada or Roman Gonzalez. I do feel he should get that fight. But the only one I want to see to fight Inoue is Cool Boy Steph, CBS, man. He said, hey, he welcomed him. If Inoue, the current unified champion at bantamweight, want to move up the super bantamweight and get that smoke, he's all for it. So what does that mean? And you was at the Porter fight and it was sold out, cool. But I just can't go off your word that I've been to plenty of fights where it looked packed in there, but it wasn't sold out. It might have sold out the allocated tickets that they had for the fight. It doesn't mean the entire arena was sold. You know what I'm saying? People come in here all the time telling me, I went to this fight and it was sold out. Well, did you know the ticket numbers? Ask Leonard Ellaby what the ticket numbers and see what you're going to get. Where y'all getting these numbers from? Ask Leonard Ellaby what the tickets numbers. And if Jess Rodriguez beat Inoue, could he give Stephen Fulton a run for his money? That would be. Look, I have to base that off on a performance, because this guy definitely looked better than what he did with Carlos Cujas, right? So for him to step up and fight Sor Rungvisai the way he did and stop him, I was impressed. I was impressed with Jesse James. Like, he was firing on all, both sides of his holsters. He was just on point, man. He was smooth with it too. Very fundamental. But he's look, listen to me, Monica. He's not ready for no Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph would make Bam look like he's definitely moving too fast. They would put a kickstand down on Bam quick. And I truly believe he have a problem with Inoue. Bam Rodriguez. But Bam move up to 122. And you're talking about a guy who's going to be much bigger. You got to talk about size difference here. They call Inoue monster because of his power. And dude looks big. So imagine how, the advantage that Bam Rodriguez is. Because he's not a power puncher now. Just because he stopped the older, Sor Rungvisai, that don't mean he's just this super power puncher right now. He couldn't even stop Carlos Cujas. He dropped him in the third and couldn't even finish him. I'm thinking more so the tread on the tire is what did Rungvisai in. He just didn't have it. How many times you seen Bud? Talking about Bud is a small welterweight. How many times you seen him in person? Bud is no smaller than Spence. You need to stop. You need to stop with the rhetoric, bro. Bud is not smaller. Look, Bud is not this undersized fighter that's walking around here in a weight class trying to be somebody important, and he's putting on extra weight in between fights. No. No, that's not the case. Crawford needs to force the mandatory if he moves up. I'm pretty sure he would manipulate that and maneuver pretty damn good. That's what he do. Crawford needs to force Kill It Tonight. Real media work. No doubt about it, Showtime. Y'all be sure to check out Showtime Shaw News, man. Real talk. Follow him on his channel on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Showtime Shaw News. Check him out, man. He's doing big things behind the scene of boxing. Big things. The market media agent. Bam said he moving down to 112. He's letting his brother beat Estrada and Chocolatito. Bam said my brother Josh Franco would beat my ass, so I know he beating him. If he chooses to do that, he want to move back down, cool. I'm not mad at him. He's still an incredible talented fighter. I enjoyed watching him, the way he was boxing and the way he went in there and slowly broke down Ramphasai. He showed distinct hand speed, very authoritative. I liked it, man. I have nothing but salutes for Bam. He did great, but he can't fuck with Cool Boy Steph. He can't fuck with Cool Boy Steph. And in a way, he's gonna find that out when he move up. He gonna say this dude is different. If you want to box on the inside, Steph will give you that. If you want to box on the out, no problem. Excellent foot movement. Excellent. Hey, but y'all have a wonderful week, man. I know it's Monday for a lot of y'all right now as we speak. So I want to wish y'all a happy Monday. Enjoy yourself. You know, when you get up in the morning and you eating that grits and shrimp, you know what I'm saying? Next time, don't be so selfish. Leave some at my doorstep. You know what I'm saying? I eat grits and shrimp. Grew up down here in the South. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stingy with the grits. For real. Don't be stingy with the grits now. Cook that goddamn pork sausage. Look, that pork sausage right off the farm. Right off the farm. When you have a relationship with the pig that it came from, shit, that's that shit. That's what you call goddamn history. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, man. You know, down in the South, you know, you can get your meat straight from the farm, man, from where they got then killed the name. They kill the pig, they grind it up and everything, and they can make you anything you want. For real. It's no lie. But salute to everyone who showed up, and special salute to the queens that pulled up. Monica, Tiffany, big salute to y'all. And y'all, till next time, man, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Have a wonderful